What he had feared all along was confirmed. He cried out his eyes at this discovery. He had been suspicious all along, but to touch this with his fingers hurt more. It was more like touching literal flames of fire. He wondered if he should have kept himself in the dark corners of ignorance. Perhaps ignorance is the real bliss after all, he thought. His wife, on the other hand, carried on as though nothing was wrong. He pretended for a while, but could not any longer. He confronted Neka, his voice trembling. Neka, are our children truly ours? She was dumbfounded and initially tried to deny, but she was defeated when he showed her the results. Even before he did, her countenance betrayed her. Neka's eyes widened and her face paled. She confessed tearfully, Chinedu, I never wanted to hurt you. Years ago, during a difficult time in our marriage, I had an affair. We had no money. I had to sell my body for money. We needed to survive. Adobe, Obina and Chudubem, they are not your biological children. Chinedu's words shattered. He tore the DNA test results. After all, the results had confirmed Ineka's confession. The children were not his flesh and blood. The revelation tore at his heart, leaving a void he could not fill. Chinedu grappled with anger, betrayal and grief, but he loved those children, the ones who shared his home, his laughter and his dreams. He decided to keep the truth from them, shielding them from the pain he felt. He knew they would be traumatized if they got to know they weren't his children. They loved him too much to be hurt in that manner, he decided. As the years passed, Chinedu learned to redefine fatherhood. He became the man who loved unconditionally, regardless of biology. He taught Adobe to be strong, Obina to be kind, and Chudubem to chase his dreams. They flourished under his care, unaware of the secret that bound them. Years passed and the Okafo family carried their secret like a fragile Chinese vase. He loved these innocent children too much to break their hearts with such a damning revelation. He could bear the weight of this load on his shoulder, and he did. He watched his children grow, Adobe blossoming into a confident young woman, Obina chasing soccer balls with unwavering enthusiasm, and Chudubem, now a lanky teenager lost in the world of books. They called him the worm that devastated the books. Chinedu's love for them deepened. He became the silent observer, the keeper of memories, the weaver of bedtime stories. He wondered about the man who had fathered them, the stranger whose blood flowed through their veins. Was he kind? Was he a dreamer like Chinedu? Or perhaps he was a wanderer, leaving traces of himself in the laughter lines around their eyes? Was it even one man? He wandered into distant lands with these wide thoughts. One bright sunny afternoon, a knock echoed through the Okafor's home. Chinedu opened the door to find a man standing there, a mirror image of Obina. The stranger's eyes held a mix of curiosity and uncertainty. Chinedu, the man said, I am Ikenna. I have come a long way to meet my children. Chinedu's heart raced. He invited Ikenna in, and they sat in the living room, the room where countless bedtime stories had been spun. Chinedu was an exceptional man. He had seen enough in life. He made Ikenna comfortable. He even showed him their family album. Ikenna's gaze swept across the family photos. The Okafor's children laughing, playing, growing. His eyes lingered on Adobe's face, and Chinedu noticed the same spark of recognition. Ikenna revealed his side of the story. He had met Ineka at the stores on one occasion, an accidental collision of souls. Their love had been passionate. When Ineka discovered she was pregnant, she had returned to Chinedu, desperate to save her marriage. Ikenna had respected her wishes, disappearing into the shadows. After leaving enough money to cater for her and the baby's needs, events unfolded, and over time, after losing contact over a year or so, he re-established contact with Ineka. They resumed their amorous relationship and bore two more children for this illicit relationship. They now had three children in total. They had grown big and smart now. This made Ikenna so excited, and though that was definitely not why he wanted to see the fruit of his reckless behavior, it heightened his desire, and here he was now, torn between shameful remorse and excitement to see his offspring. Chinedu listened, torn between anger and empathy. Ikenna wasn't a villain. He was a man who had lost his children. The truth was a double-edged sword. It could heal or wound. Chinedu decided to let it heal. He decided to let it heal also because when he was brooded over this in his deep mind, something told him he was at fault too. If not for Ikenna, they might as well not have heard the cry of a baby in his household. Chinedu wondered why he never had any children outside of Ikenna's tree. Chinedu concluded that it might have meant he had no capacity of making a woman pregnant. After all, at least one of the children should have been fathered by himself. Regardless, Chinedu was very big-hearted and therefore accepted the new truth. Such nobility existed in only a few men. Ikenna was assured the doors would always be open to welcome him whenever he was around. The Okafor's home transformed. Ikenna became a part of their lives, a father who shared stories, laughter, and dreams. Adobe, Obina, and Chudubem embraced their dual heritage, the threads of two men woven into their existence. They called Ikenna uncle, but their hearts whispered father. Chinedu watched them, the children he had raised, the man who shared his pain. They were pieces of a mosaic: love, forgiveness, and resilience. The Okafor's family expanded, embracing Ikenna's warmth, and in that embrace, Chinedu found solace, the knowledge that fatherhood transcended. And so, dear viewers, the moral for us is life heaps garbage at us. It does not matter our principles or choices. What makes us more human and ideal is how we respond to these imbalances. Thank you for your ardent followership. Kindly remember to continue viewing our interesting stories. Plus, subscribe our channel. It does not cost to subscribe. Remember, just click the button. Take care of yourself. See you on the next story.